What is up, guys? Slifer Red Ghost, back at it again with another deck profile. This week, we got one I'm a little unfamiliar with. I'm gonna learn as we go. I kinda know how it works. You know, as with every single deck, I kinda know how it works. Well, we got Subterra, more specifically, Guru Control. So, a shout out to that wave of TCG exclusive decks for finally becoming playable. Both of them now have had their time in the sun, Spiral and Subterra. Vendread and Nefe, you guys are next. UA, hopefully you guys are coming soon too. BA, you've had a long time. Let's get UA, some of that good. Anyways, we're gonna get right on into it here. Like I said, I'm gonna be kind of learning as we go. So we start off with triple copies of Guru. So Guru is a flip effect. You can add one Subterra card from your deck to your hand except itself. And you can target one other face-up monster on the field and change that monster to face-down. Change that monster, also this card, to face-down defense position. This is a quick effect if you control another Subterra card. So, the ability to reset your own flip effects, which is pretty standard across all Subterra meme lords. And the searchability that Guru allows is very, very good. You basically search your hand trap every turn, and then once you're done searching all those hand traps, you just get them back from the graveyard. And it's like, why not, dog? So, welcome to the TCG Guru. Subterra's having pretty good show-outs at a couple different events recently. I'm proud of that, I'm happy for it. Wish the deck was a little bit more budget, because it does seem like a super cool deck to play, but, you know, whatever. We got 3 copies of Fiendus. So Fiendus is during either player's turn and your opponent activates a card or effect. You can send this card from your hand or field to the graveyard, then target one Subterra monster you control, negate the activation, then change the targeted monster to face-down defense position. And then you can target one face-up monster you control, change it to face-down defense position. If you do, special summon one Subterra from your hand or graveyard in face-up or face-down defense position. You can only use each effect of Fiendus once per turn. So you're really going to be keeping her in hand 99.9% of the time. She's going to stay in your hand, and when your opponent does anything, bow, discard her, flip your Guru, hoo-ha, the whole world works, you know, something like that. And the power of this being searchable throughout the whole deck is just insane. The deck with Guru instantly just became one of the most consistent pieces of bullshit I've ever seen, and it's really disgusting. 2 copies of Nemesis Archer. So during the damage step, if she attacks a face-down defense position monster and you control another Subterra, you can shuffle that monster into your opponent's deck, and then if she on the field is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can special one Subterra from your deck in face-up or face-down defense position. So she's a floater. She spins cards to the deck. Hoo-ha, pretty cool stuff. Very beautiful card, secret rare. Man, this deck would have been something to pick up when it was cheap, but that was before Guru was even announced. And even then, Hidden Cities were still like $20. But Nemesis Archer, very good card. I see her floating 2 to 1s. It just kind of really depends on your build, how you want to go with it. You want to focus more on hand traps, you could definitely do with 1. I mean, your main guy here is Guru, so the faster you can get to Guru, the better. And we got 1 copy of Houma Strix, so flip effect, target one monster your opponent controls and banish it. And you can only use that effect once per turn. And then when a monster you control is flipped face down, if you control no face-up monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand in defense position. And once per turn, you can change this card to face-down defense position. So all of the Subterra behemoths share that effect, I believe, that if something is flipped face down and you have no face-up monsters, you can special them, and then you can flip them. Really cool stuff. Houma Strix was one of my favorites, but I pulled like 90 Stalagmos in one Houma Strix, and I hate Stalagmo. Stalagmo makes me want to die. Houma Strix is cool. Alright. Moving on. 3 Ash. It's budget now. The most budget card in the deck. 3 Ghost Bell, and double effect Veiler. I did try to make this a little bit more budget, because these could definitely be impermanences. They could definitely be impermanences. But Veiler will do its job as well. It's pretty cool stuff. Onto the spells, we got 3 copies of the Hidden City. So when it's activated, you can add 1 Subterra monster from your deck to your hand. Once per turn, you can change 1 face-down defense position Subterra monster you control to face-up attack or defense position. And once per turn, when an opponent's monster declares an attack, you can change 1 face-down defense position Subterra you control to face-up attack or defense position. Then you can negate the attack. You can only activate 1 the Hidden City per turn. So they don't want you searching a million cards per turn with this. But the ability to negate your attacks, the ability to just instantly proc your flip effects. The Hidden City is a very, very, very good field spell, despite not being the most searchable card in the world. As you see, we play 2 Terraforming to search it out. Hidden City and Guru is pretty much your win condition. If you have those 2, you're just gonna keep floating your hand, filling your hand with hand traps, and doing dumb bullshit, setting spicy back rows. It's really degenerate. Triple pot of extravagance. So I know I'm just as bummed as everyone else is that this was a secret rare. I really wanted this to be an ultra or lower. Konami hates my life. They're like, who's this guy wanted to play counter fairies? No. Secret rare, $70, bro. We got you. But at the start of your main phase 1, banish 3 or 6 random face-down cards from your extra deck face-down. Draw 1 card for every 3 cards banished. For the rest of this turn, after this card resolves, you cannot draw any cards by card effects. So, your extra deck does not matter in this deck. As you can see, it's kind of filled with a bunch of bullshit. So it really just does not matter. You do have some spicy plays you can do with a little meme boy. We'll get into a little down the road. But extra deck is not a factor. Hoo-ha, forget about it. Set it, forget about it, get rid of it. Triple pot of duality, same kind of thing. Just the extra consistency boosters. If you're looking for more budget bullshits, it's at 1, but you do have Upstart Goblin. If you wanna be lucky with it, we do have what is it called? Cup of Ace. There is hand destruction, card destruction. Those cards exist. They do exist, surprisingly. One Day of Peace exists. Dark World Dealings. You have all those options. But these are definitely the best ones to go with. Duality's budget now. It's in every starter deck. You have 3 dualities. Moving on, we have 1 Subterra Cave Clash. So all Subterra monsters you control gain 500 attack and defense for each set monster on the field. And once per turn, when a Subterra monster you control inflicts battle damage to your opponent, you can target 1 Subterra card in your graveyard except Cave Clash and add it to your hand. So this is going to be one of your big ways of getting back your Fienduses. It's going to be your ways of getting back your shit that dies, your Gurus, your Houma Strix, if you're going to be reusing that Houma Strix, that Nemesis Archer. Cave Clash is a very, very, very good card. And it is searchable off of Guru, so having 1 is fine. I could see the argument for having 2. I think 3 is too much though. 1 to 2, definitely fine. Uno, Scapegoato, just to go for OTK boy through, the boys. They are indeed here. The boys are here. Moving on to the traps, we have 2 copies of Final Battle. So activate one of these effects, and also after that, set this card face down and sending it to the graveyard. You change 1 set Subterra monster on the field to face-up attack or defense position. You change 1 face-up Subterra monster on the field to face-down defense position, where the attack and defense of 1 Subterra monster on the field becomes equal to its combined original attack and defense until the end of this turn. And this turn, activated effects of Subterra cards cannot be negated. So Final Battle is one of those support cards that is just the tits. It does so much dumb bullshit. It doesn't die. The only way to get rid of this is spell and trap removal, because it'll just keep resetting itself every turn. Every turn you're just like, I want to flip my card again. Do that. Every turn, I want my stuff to not be able to be negated. It's like, Final Battle is very, very, very good, but I can see the way that this could go down to 1. No. But having the extra trap options, this deck does like auto lose the Dengo, so it is kind of scary. But you have ways around it. Moving on, we have a solemn package of 1 Judgement, 1 Warning, Triple Strike, come back to 2 Warning, we need you. And then the last cards we play are triple, there can be only 1. So this I'm sure you guys know what it does now. By now, you can only control one monster of each type. And luckily for us, Guru is a dragon, Fiendus is a spellcaster, Nemesis Archer is a fairy, and Houma Strix is a reptile, and then these girls are zombos, if we really have to. So you're never really gonna fall flat on this unless you have 2 gurus out there, and you're like, haha, I'm a piece of shit. But I definitely could see maxing out on this. I could see taking it down and playing around with some more stuff, maybe getting some more consistency in there by playing like this upstart here. That's more. We'll go into the other options we got. So we have Gozen Match. Gozen Match, and there can be only one, are probably the better options. Rivalry is probably a dedicated side card, depending on how comfortable you are with your matchup. If you're so comfortable that you can just sit on a Guru the whole fucking game and own shit, go for it, my man. Do it. I believe in you. And last little side option we got here is Drool. Drool goes in and out of formats. And this format, we have Salamangreat, who searched like their entire deck lineup in a turn. So this, you know, as soon as you see the Bale Links come out, searching that Sanctuary, drop the Droll. They can't search anymore. They can't activate their circles. They can't do a lot of cool stuff. Works especially well against Thunder Dragons as well. But you can play around it in most decks, but better safe than sorry sort of option. It does force your hand at doing some cool stuff. Extra deck, like I said, doesn't matter. So we got an Ingursu, triple Mrs. Radiant, double Phoenix, Unicorn, Cerberus, Linkuriboh, Link Spider for scapegoat plays, Boral Sword for OTKs, Boral Load for meme plays, and triple copies of Fiendus. I still think Fiendus is one of the best cards ever made. This is one of the best Link monsters in the game, and it's really good in Shaddolls. It's okay in Subterras on its own. Like, you're never really going to be making it, but I like to just max out the options. Honestly, if you're like pure, I have all the money in the world guy, you just put triple Boral Sword, triple Boral Load in there, and you're like, haha! So you don't banish those on accident, because Extravagance is random. But, you know, you don't really need the extra deck. Your whole gimmick is going to be discarding all your hand traps, sending to your opponent, nuh-uh, and just slightly poking them with boosted attacks from Final Battle and shit like that. Like I said earlier, I am definitely happy that the deck finally is playable in the TCG. It took Spiral a while. You know, it took them until Double Helix. It took Subterras just that little bit longer until they got Guru. But he's finally here. The deck's finally playable. Still stupid fucking expensive. If it ever goes down, and I have a feeling Hidden City should be in dual power, which should definitely help out the people who are wanting to get it. And Permanence is also in there, so dual power is going to be the set to look out for, and everyone already knows that. So I won't shill that any longer. Well, I could definitely see this taking a regional. I don't know if I could ever see it winning a YCS. Just for the sheer fact of how many more players are at a YCS. It's definitely topped. It has the potential to, but I don't think it will ever win a YCS. But you know, Lunalight won. Lunalight won a YCS. So, I mean, anything's possible. Super Quant, you're next. I'm looking at you, Super Quant. You're getting that support. Anyways, guys, that's gonna be it. Check us out on TCGPlayer. We'll be back up at some point in time. Like, subscribe, stuff for doers forever. We will be seeing you. Peace.